Dear brother, welcome back, man. I'm glad you're here. I love you. I value you. You matter to me. Welcome to the Dear Brother podcast and welcome back, man. For some of you guys, thank you all, my new subscribers, people that have been liking and sharing the videos. I'm mind blown, man. And I'm very, very appreciative. I don't take it light, man, that you guys would believe in the things I have to say and believe in what I'm doing. And I'm just very appreciative. I didn't come on YouTube to be a star. I didn't come here to try to uh, I don't know, whatever people's desire is to be with YouTube. I think I have just a life of experience, a life of tough experiences, where I had to come through adversity, tough, really stuff, man. And I really want to share who I am with you. I don't have a lot of teaching notes and things, man. I think what the world needs is people that are willing to share their heart, and not just so quick to sell you something. We do live in a time where it's about selling and what can I get to you. Everybody's selling something. You scroll these social medias, everybody's selling something. I think there has to be a father's heart somewhere, where I just want to share with people what's inside of me. So when I ask you to like and share and subscribe, man, I know that's what you're supposed to do as a YouTuber to grow your channel. I think me sharing my heart, my stories, my wisdom is what will grow this channel. And I think when I ask you to share, it is because I want other men to be able to get answers. And I want other men to join our community and be able to hear from not only me, but hear from you. We all have something to share. That's the thing about the Dear Brother podcast community. We're all, we all carry our type of wisdom. We all have different stories that have strengthened us, and we all have different traumas that have weakened us. But I think togetherness amongst men, and not togetherness amongst one race of men, one group of men, one kind of man, because of the common core that really runs through all of our hearts, the struggles and the psychological battles that all men have. I'm telling you, man, I am more sure than ever, especially with the chaos that the world is in, that if men of all kinds get together, we can really change society, because it's not about what side you're on. There's a world, and there's children, and there's women that need to be safe, and there's just a lot of chaos that's going on. And men who've identified themselves and understand their strength as a man truly are the healer for the problems of the world. So welcome to I guess that was just my little thoughts I wanted to share, but I'm glad you're here, man. And I want to talk about why men fall today. I mean, honestly, it takes me straight to the first man, Adam, the first man, Adam, in the Bible. And again, this podcast is not religious. I am a man of faith. I don't consider myself a Christian. I consider myself a follower of the revolutionary Jesus Christ, because that's who he was. He was a revolutionary. He was a problem causer. He was also a problem solver. He was also a people investor. He also found men who thought they were nothing and showed them what they were. I want to make that point too, man. I hope you allow me on my channel just to speak from my heart and speak from my spiritual person, because I got all kinds of notes and things I could teach you, but I've in my teaching for 27 years, 30 years, it's been 30 years. I started at 14, 30 years. I've never been a script follower. I was too young to be a script follower. I just kind of said what I was inspired to say. And for 30 years, I've been speaking all around the world. So if I veer into something, it's because I feel like you need to hear it, right? I just really feel like you need to hear it. So let me start like this. Everything you need is already in you and is waiting for you to recognize it's there. Everything, brother, that you need is already in you and is waiting for you to recognize that it's there. What's killing us the most, what's hurt me the most, and probably you all too, is the chase. It's the chase. And the chase can be, I can chase this, I can chase that. We can talk about the different chases, and I'll get into that in a few minutes. But it's the chase. It's the chase for whatever it is. And the chase for whatever you're trying to get, what it does is it takes you further from yourself. That's what the chase does to us. It takes you further from yourself. Even if what you're chasing is good, right? Know that you're leaving part of yourself to go get it, right? And the real win is whatever you're chasing, you better hope that it really enhances your life. Because some of you can connect to that right now. There's some things that stole so much time from you, so much strength from you on that chase that you never quite made it back to who you were, right? You never quite made it back to who you were, or you're on your way back. But we all know what it is to lose time and energy, even talent, right? Even strength, even health on a chase. And the chase most times is for something that doesn't even enhance who I am, right? Because the real chase has to be within a man. The real chase has to be within. It is to discover every bit of what he was made to be. That's really what the chase is all about. The chase should be within. I'll say it again. The chase should be within. The chase should be within. If the chase is without, what are you losing in that chase? In fact, I really declare that there's nothing you have to chase for. And man, I'll say this. If you're chasing, you're probably out of order. You're leaving your order. Because the true walk is when you walk your life out, right? Whether it's fast, whether it's slow, when you really walk your life out and you stay in the lane that's yours, it attracts everything else you need. Because when you start chasing, that means you get off your course of living and you find things that don't belong to you. I'll give you a quick example. For a single man, right? For a single man or a married man who can't figure it out, right? Most of the time, when you end up with the wrong woman, it's because you left your path to chase her. This is how it works. When you walk your path as a man, when you walk out who you are supposed to be, when you walk out your dreams, the things that have been in your heart since a child, not what the system told you should be, not what the system told you will make you a lot of money as a man, but what did you want to be? What did you see yourself being? What problem did you see yourself solving at growing up as a man? When you walk out that pattern, then the woman that belongs with you, you'll find her on the same path. But when you veer off of who you are to find anything, whether it's money, whether it's the woman chase, the money chase, the prowess chase, or the proving chase, I got to dig into them. I didn't think I was going to, but I'll dig into them. But I'll say this again, everything you need is already in you. Is waiting for you to recognize that it's there. The chase has killed you. The chase is a thief. The chase is a thief. It's a thief of your time. It's a thief of your energy. It's a thief of your finance. It's a thief of your health. Right? It's the chase. When God made Adam, right? When God made Adam, Adam had everything he ever needed. Let me tell you what God will never do. God will never create something lacking anything, right? When I got my new kidney back in 2020, very beginning of 2020, right before the pandemic, I came home and I knew I had to sit there. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life while I'm sitting here? And I said, I'm going to try this gardening thing. I had never gardened. I never grew anything, right? But I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this gardening journey. And I went and got seeds and dirt and, what I thought I needed. When I started gardening, I had a successful garden. Had no clue what I was doing. Stuff was growing everywhere. My garden had no rhythm or rhyme to it, but stuff was growing. But what I really learned from those seeds, some bigger than the other, some smaller than the other, everything that thing is in that seed, in that little dried up seed that looks like it's nothing. Everything is in that seed. And when that seed is broken, you'll find out all that was in it. Man, let me say, when that seed is broken, then you'll find out everything that was in it. So perhaps, brothers, perhaps that's the goal in our life. While they tell men, get yourself together, maybe it's brokenness that causes us to find ourselves for who we really are. Maybe it's the breaking of the seed, or the breaking of who you thought you had to be, or the breaking of who you've become for other people. Maybe it's the breaking of all those things that you really discover yourself. This is a theme that seems to run throughout our podcast. And I think it's a theme for a reason in this season of life, in the dispensation we're in life as men. Men are lost. We're lost because the world has changed very quickly. What we grew up learning. I'm 44, so and you guys older than me or a little younger than me, I don't know what some of the young guys now are. I don't know what they're learning, because this world is insane. But we were taught a certain way to be as a man. Whether you held it up all the time, there was a certain way that you were as a man, right? And now that the world has changed, some of those things they told us to be, or ways they told us to act as men, don't even fit society anymore. That's why a lot of men are trying to figure out, well, what role do I play? Am I the nice guy? Am I the mean guy? Do I get this money? Do I have a woman? You kind of don't know what to do. Do I have children? Do I sit back? A lot of men are confused, and you see it in society now because you either have the men that are bossing up, and I'm the what's this silly term? A high value man. I really wish that we can redefine what that means, because what we say it means, it doesn't mean, right? I'll say this: a high value man is a man that's in touch with himself. We've been counting it all wrong as gentlemen. You know, that I got to get this money. I got to get this. I attract this kind of woman. What kind of woman? I'll do a whole pod on what that means, but goodness gracious, I think we've thrown that off. Becoming a high value man, or whatever the world system is calling for, right? Whatever the system is making women think they want, right? We're changing. Oh, I want a built man. Even music has changed men in a way, right? Back in the day, we don't want no scrubs. Y'all remember that song? We don't want no scrubs. So we want a guy who could do this and do that. So it was about a man doing, right? And at one point, people wanted light-skinned men and dark-skinned men and built men and skinny men. And a lot of us have chased, you got the kind of car that fit the time, right? You put your body in the place that fit the time, whatever was going on. You know what all that is? All that is chasing outside of yourself, trying to find greatness. Why men fall is because they look outside of themselves for greatness. That's why men fall. We fall because we don't believe that we have everything already. And society will never let you believe that. It will always make you think you got to have more. Have you not seen, man? More has killed people. More has killed society. More, the drive for more. That if anything I need to be more of, I got to be more of me. That's manhood. Manhood ain't the gun you carry. It's not the money you got in the bank. It's not who people think you are, because we've seen the fall in religion with great religious leaders, right? These men they've fallen. They've made mistakes, right? And most times those mistakes come because we're chasing something outside of ourselves. I put no judgment on these men that have fallen, whether in Hollywood, whether in religious systems. I don't judge any of them, because I know what it is to fall as a man, to make terrible mistakes as a man. I know what it is to wear it in my mind, right? So there's no judgment, but we got to look at why men fall. We fall because we're not satisfied with ourselves. We fall because we're not satisfied with ourselves. We fall because we're not satisfied with ourselves. I'm not repeating myself because I don't know where to go next. I'm repeating myself because you really need to get that in your heart. Every time you found yourself lost in life, it was because you weren't in touch with you. And that's why the Bible story comes to Adam and he asks him, where are you? Right? Where are you? Now, I believe that the question, where are you, was really more for Adam to consider. In other words, what have I become? What did I give up? Did I chase what I wanted and lose what I had? That's the question for us as men. How many times have you chased what you wanted and lost what you had on that chase? The greatest thing you can chase is you. The greatest thing you can restore is you. The greatest honor you can ever restore is your own. So chase you. Chase you. Find you. Reinvest in you. And for some men, you've never invested in yourself because you didn't know that it was worth it. You didn't even know you were supposed to. But your brother Christian is coming to tell you you're supposed to. You're supposed to. The chase without has stolen everything from you. Chase you. Where are you, bro? Where are you, man? Where are you right now as a man? Where's your mind? Huh? You check your bank account, right? That your bank account has a statement. You need to have an emotional statement. Where am I at in my emotions, right? When you aren't invested in the right thing, you're always checking for the wrong results. So what, your bank account is this? So what, man? I finally got the car I want. This is the thing. A lot of those things only cover the pains we have. A lot of the things we want, check a lot of your desires. Are they true desires, or are they there to cover pain you don't want to deal with as a man? Why do men fall? Because we chase outside of ourselves for things and purpose and power and privilege that we already have. There was a game called Pass the Secret back in the day. You all probably played it. It might have been called something else, but it was just a game that we used to play called Pass the Secret. And the game is, I would make up a secret, and then this would be a circle of people around, no matter how many people it is. In fact, the more people, the funner the game is. But I come up in my mind with something I want to say. It could be serious, it could be a joke, whatever it is. And the goal is for me to whisper that, and another name of the game was Whisper Down the Lane. And we would whisper into the next person's ear, and then they would take it in, and then they would whisper it and whisper it and whisper it. And each person would whisper what was said to them from the originator of the story, and they would go all around the circle until it came back to the originator, right? And most times, probably 90% of the time, especially if it's a lot of people involved, hear me, if there's a lot of people involved, by the time that story gets back to the originator, it's insane what it's become. Because most of the time the originator says, that's not what I said. And then the originator looks around the circle and he's looking, or she is looking for, who messed up the story? Who changed it? Who erased part of it? Who added to it? And I would liken this game to life. That God put you as a man in this world for a purpose, as a problem solver. There was a problem. There is a problem for you to solve that nobody else can solve. And God put you in the world to solve that problem. But when we come into this world, we start getting past this relationship, this fight with this person, this issue with this person, this, and once we get past around and around, and we go through different things, different phases, the goal of that system is to make you forget your original setting, who I am, what I can do. By the time you hear enough people say, you ain't nothing, you ain't worth nothing, you just like your father. By the time you hear enough negativity about yourself, you start to forget your origin, who you are, the strength you carry. But I'm going to tell you this, no matter how far you've fallen, the goal is to get back to the originator so he can redefine who you actually are. Why do men fall? Because we chase outside of ourselves for things and power and prowess that God already gave us. I invite you off the chase. I love you. You matter. You matter to me. I want you to matter to you. It's not poverty. It's not the toxic woman you connected with. It's not jail. These aren't reasons why we fall. It's not lack of job. It's lack of identity. Well, my dear brother, thank you for hanging out with me today, man. I can't wait to record some more and get more to you. But I hope this is really stirring your hearts and challenging you forward. You matter to me, and that's why I'm on YouTube every day. because you matter to me. You matter to me. You matter to me. You're my brother and you count. Well, dear brother, here, this is our advice hour. This is our chance, not an hour, but it's our advice moment, dear brother, the advice. This is our opportunity here to be able to share our advice with other guys, right? I don't have it all, right? I don't have it all. You have it. You know, you guys have it. I got good advice. I need good advice. But this is our chance, man. You can put your questions in the chat. You can also email your questions and I'll address them online, man, to help us. I won't give your identity out, but I think a lot of our questions, a lot of other brothers have, and I think we can help each other. So if you have questions that you want to email me, you can email them at christian@christianwinters.com, christian@christianwinters.com. Also, check my website out, man. I do one-on-one counseling. I do group counseling. I do groups of men, their counseling, and I do consulting. And man, I just want to spend time with men, hearing them and hearing their stories, traveling and doing that. So I'm very, very happy, man, to have this podcast. I'm very, very happy that you guys have decided to join my community. So make sure that you put your questions or your advice or your feelings about the podcast in the chat. That would be so great, man. That's how men grow together. Okay. I'm headed to Guyana, man, to do a Dear Brother event in Guyana at the end of this month. If you want to be a blessing to that, be a blessing to those men in Guyana, I would like to get a book to many of them. As many of you know, I wrote a book called Home Where Hurt Men Heal. It's available on Amazon right now. You can scan that barcode and it'll take you right to it on Amazon. But I want to be able to get this book in the hands of the men in Guyana. This is a poor country, and you can give that allows me to get books into all those men's hands and also meals. So if you want to help me help men in Guyana, please be a part of that. And you can give right at the bottom of the screen in the ticker. You also see the Cash App and the Venmo, Master Built One. So help me help the men of Guyana. If you see that picture right at the top of the flyer, I was there a few years ago. And I built a school there to keep children safe in a village called Swan. And so I was a blessing to the kids years ago. And now I'm going back to lift the fathers, the uncles, the grandfathers. So please support that, our work there in Guyana. All right, gentlemen, you're valuable. You're great. Be great today. Be great tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe, gentlemen. Men need men. Men need men's help, okay? And we are the ones to snatch society back from the tricks of the system that we live in. I love you. I care about you. You matter to me. Rock on. Until next time, Christian Winters.